Hey, what's up, guys? David here for another show. Welcome back to my podcast again. I hope you guys are doing great. Uh, these days, yes, some of you guys are asking me like, "Hey, David, like, why I can't see any brother talk these days? Like, hey, when are you going to upload your next brother talk?" Yeah, some of you guys are asking me like this, and well, actually, yeah. I mean, firstly, sorry for not uploading any product talk. I think it's sorry for my laziness. I also know that I also know, it's been a long time since I made the last product talk. Well, yeah, I'm real yeah. But don't worry, I'm going to make it with cars soon and upload it in 1 or 2 weeks. Yeah, don't worry. And also, yeah, don't forget to subscribe to not miss the broader talk and also the other videos. So anyway, today I'm finally back with another Magic Treehouse book. I'm back with another Magic Treehouse book. Yes, that Magic Treehouse book that you guys have been waiting for. Today we're going to read and discuss the second Magic Treehouse book. So yeah, let me show you guys quickly. So this is the second book that we're going to talk and discuss about it. So the title of the book is The Night the Night at the Dawn. Well, it's kind of confusing because, for me, yeah. In my screen, the left and right sides are, the left and right sides are kind of twisted. So for me, it's quite confusing. So yeah, that's why I just look it up again. But it doesn't matter. Well, so yeah, the title of the book is The Night at Dawn, and we'll look at the picture. This is cool, huh? So, yeah, as you guys can see the picture, there is a knight who's wearing a armor, and there's also the knight horse. This is my favorite part. The horse is wearing an armor. I guess it's very cool. I mean, the actual horse is not necessarily wearing an armor, but yes, closely in the video there is gentleman. And there's behind there is a castle. Yeah, I can't wait to read and discuss this book with you guys. So let's get started. Oh well, yeah. Before we get started, I almost forgot to tell you guys. Yeah, don't forget to like the video as well. It really helps me a lot. Well, thank you so much. Well, if you like the video, then yeah, let's get started. So, one moment. So, the last day, I mean, yesterday, Jack and Annie went to the time of dinosaur, right? They they went to the time of dinosaur, and Jack was like, Jack was, like Jack couldn't sleep because he was so confusing. I mean, he was in shock because you know, it's impossible to time travel, right? It's impossible that the treehouse can travel to 65 million years ago. I mean, it's nonsense, right? Well, and so yeah, Jack was like, oh well, am I still dreaming? Jack was really confusing. He couldn't sleep because yeah, he was so confusing. And and Jack was looking a note. So yeah, actually yesterday before he go to sleep, he take a note about his journey. So he was looking at the note to figure it out. But but suddenly Annie opened the Jack's door, and Annie was like, "Hey Jack, are you sleeping?" And Jack is like, "No, I'm not sleeping." And Annie was like, "Hey Jack, uh, hey Jack, then do you want to go to Magic Tree House right now and find about it? Do you want to go to Magic Tree House right now and find if there is a magic person or not?" In their last adventure, they found the gold medallion uh, in the last adventure, and actually, on the gold medallion, there was the letter M was engraved on it, And so yeah, that's why he's thinking like, oh well, is there a magic treehouse? Is there a magic person who owns the treehouse? Or yeah, so yeah, and he's curious. So and he was like, I was asking Jack to go to the treehouse because she's really curious. But Jack was like, hey Annie, I mean, are you nuts? Like it's 5:30 a.m. and what if the magic person doesn't want? What if the magic person is mean? Or what if the a magic person doesn't want kids to know about the treehouse? So yeah, like Jack was worried, but Annie was like, "Oh, Jack, please, let's just go. I mean, let's go to the treehouse. Everything will be fine." And Jack was like, "Okay, fine, let's go." And he said, and okay, Jack said, "Let's go to the magic treehouse." So Jack was like, "Yeah, get dressed and meet you at the door." And yeah, so they go to Magic Tree House, and while they're going to the Magic Tree House, uh, actually, you guys know Annie is a really naughty girl, so Annie switched on the light in front of Jack's face, and Jack was like, "Oh, cut it off!" That scared me. Annie liked pranking, so well, yeah, Annie did that, but besides, Annie's also very brave. I mean, she climbed the treehouse first. Yeah, she climbed the treehouse first, and Jack followed Annie, and what is and yeah, actually there were no magic person in the treehouse. I mean, there were nobody in the treehouse, but still the treehouse was filled with the tons of books. The books that is written a long time ago, or also a new book. There are a lot of types of books. And well, Annie grabbed the book about a knight. Annie grabbed the book that has a picture about knight, a knight who is riding a horse. And Annie was like, Annie pointed the picture, but Jack was like, "Oh, Annie, stop, stop, Annie! Like, I know what you're thinking, but Annie was like, I wish I could see this. I wish I could see this knight for real." And you guys know what happened. The treehouse started spinning faster and faster, and then they hear the horse sound, like horse sound, right? Well, and yeah, John was like, "Oh, Annie, oh, I mean, again, I mean, why do you always make trouble?" Like, right? Jack doesn't really like about it, and Jack was like, "Hey, read a we're going to read some book first, and then yeah, we're going to make a plan, and then we're going to go out." But Annie was like, uh, And he was like, "No, well, no, I'm just going to go. No, I want to go to the castle right now. I mean, I really want to go to the castle right now. So, and just go away." You know, and actually, yeah, Jack have no choice, right? Jack is also forced to follow Annie. And yeah, and Jack climbed down the rope ladder, and Jack headed to the castle. And actually, the castle was surrounded by the moat. So moat is kind of like a pond. So and yeah, Jack was curious, right? So Jack read a book about it, and the book says uh, there is a moat. I mean, so the reason why there is a moat around the castle is because people want to protect the castle. What if So for example, the enemy wants to kill them. So enemy wants to destroy the castle. Enemy dash to the castle, and if there's a moat, then they can break the castle, or they can kill the people in the castle. So it's hard to kill the people. Well, so yeah, that's why there's a moat. And John was like, "Oh, interesting," but actually, yeah, he can go into the castle because there's a drawbridge. A draw There's a drawbridge, and so he goes to the castle by drawbridge, and 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 he's in the castle, and he was like, and actually, there unfortunately there were no people. Unfortunately, there were no people who is how do I say? Unfortunately, there were no people who seen Jack, and Jack quickly hide into the dark corner, because Jack doesn't want anybody to see him, right? Because uh I mean, if someone see Jack, they might arrest him. I mean, Jack doesn't want to get caught, right? So Jack hide in the dark corner, and Jack was looking around like to find where Annie is. And well, actually, Annie was far away from him. Like, and Annie was also hiding behind the, how does it called? Well, Annie was also hiding, and Annie shaked her hands, like, Annie shaked her hands as she's telling Ash that she's there. And Jack was, when nobody was there, Jack raced to Annie, and you know what? Annie was like, um, so Annie was like, "Hey Jack, I want to go to the place where feast begins, so where feast is, where they're having a feast." So, oh well, I didn't tell you guys. Uh, so in the book, so I didn't tell you guys, but Jack was when Jack was reading a book, uh, he found the picture about the knight, you know, who is on the horse, is heading to the castle, and the book was like, this knight is going to the castle for their festival. I mean, for the feast. So, uh, so actually, there is a feast going on in the castle, and anyone wants to see like what people do at the feast. So yeah, and it was like, hey, let's go. And like first time, okay, Jack was like, okay, fine, let's go. And they tiptoe because they don't want to get caught. So now they are at the feast. I mean, they didn't go into the feast. I mean, they saw the feast far away. So like they see people eating food, they see people playing musical instruments. They see people, talking each other, having a conversation each other. Um, yeah, like there's, yeah, now so yeah, they're looking around, but suddenly, someone shouted at the back, like, "Hey, who are you?" And Jack and Annie was surprised. Yeah, they run away, and yeah, now they're chased. Now they're being chased, right? So, and they run away, and actually they found the room. There was a room, and they go into the room, and the room was pretty dark. So, and he switched the how about he switched the flashlight, and actually, you know what? I surprised uh because in the room there were tons of soldier, there were tons of knights with there were tons of knights, and I was like, so surprised that she quickly, yeah, so she was so surprised she quickly turned off the switch. And but actually the soldiers didn't move. I mean, the soldiers, yeah, the knight didn't even move an inch. Yeah, like they was like, it's kind of weird. I mean, why they're not moving? And now they realize that, oh, it's not the knight. It's just an armor. It's just a suit. Suit, weapons, and helmets, something like that. So they're like, oh, so yeah, we don't need to worry about it. But actually, you know what? Jack was pretty interested in it. Jack was like, oh well, actually, I really want to try this suits on. So yeah, he put the helmet on his head. But actually, you know what happens? The helmet was too heavy that the helmet was too heavy. I mean, yeah, it feels like he's having a 5-year-old baby. He feels like he's having a 5-year-old baby on his head, which means pretty heavy, right? And yeah, so he was so heavy, and he couldn't. So yeah, he fall, and yeah, he couldn't stand up. And so he was struggling. Yeah, he was struggled to get off this helmet. But yeah, suddenly someone grabbed Jack, and yeah, someone grabbed Jack, and someone took off the Jack's helmet. And yeah, when Jack sees yeah, and when Jack sees what's going on, Jack was get caught by the guards. So yeah, Jack and Annie gets caught by the guards. So, and well, so today I think, yeah, we're going to end the story here. Uh, yeah, I guess we have been talking for quite a long time, so you're going to end here, and yeah, so hope you guys had a great day. We're going to continue the rest of the story next week. So until then, stay safe and take care, and yeah, goodbye.